Hello, trading has closed on May 23, 2018. Yesterday we said the pattern was negative. There should be lower prices, which we got early. We said this was a possible top. I wasn't totally convinced. What we needed was a strong impulsive move down. Certainly started out this way, but then we recovered. This overlaps this. And even though I can still count this as wave 1 with 5 waves down, I can count this as wave 2, and the overlap might not mean anything. I think it does. What I'm looking for wave blue 3 is a move like this with no overlapping and no fudging around. So I suspect wave 2 hasn't ended quite yet. Anyway, we had an optional target. I said it might not print. It didn't. Normally I forget it. I'm just going to save this just in case it prints tomorrow, because we had a strong rally today, and I'm going to say the target generated by today's pattern might not print. During the day, BJT said this whole move is false. Gives us a target of 2714.14. Back in the days when I used to have software available for the system, we did computer analysis about how often these numbers print. The target that generated this pattern said there was a 95% chance of it printing today. Well, that isn't 100, and it didn't print. And there's also two separate patterns targeting the same price. One of them has a 95% chance of printing tomorrow, but this is pretty positive action. And unless we gap down sharply to invalidate it, I think that probably won't print. Again, if we gap down sharply, that puts this back into play. So what's going to happen tomorrow? Well, it's positive when you gap down, hit a new low, and then you rally all day long. It's positive when you rally all day long. It's positive when you close over all these highs. Plus, tomorrow's pattern's the one with the early low. Unless you move down sharply early, it tends to rally throughout the day and close near the high. Now, dropping early wouldn't surprise me because of the wall into the close. That's usually met by a gap down. But unless it's a huge gap, this is a pretty positive pattern, should lead to higher prices. By the way, Friday's pattern and also Tuesday's pattern should have similar times, and both of them should be patterns with the early low. I'm not going to have a video Friday night, and I might not have one Tuesday, as over the holiday weekend I have personal business to attend to. So let's look at the short-term pattern and then the long-term pattern. Short-term, good chance of gapping down, but higher prices should print unless we move down early. Here's how I'm reading it. Here's your stilt. Here's your stilt. Here's the diamond. Take a Fibonacci target of the height of the diamond. That's pretty much the low of the drop, and it's the origin of the left stilt. The stilt can be split like this. So the first test of the origin of the left stilt tends to hold. It can hold as resistance or hold as support. Here it held as support. We now have another stilt, and this is a diamond. Take the height of the diamond, use a Fibonacci target. We should have support or resistance around 2737. So looking for a good chance of gapping down and then hitting 2737. Now if this is a 5-wave up pattern, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if wave 1 and wave 5 are equal to each other, That's pretty much the 27.37 target too. So we'll just say it isn't a guarantee, but we do have Fibonacci resistance at that price. Longer term, it's not what I want. Longer term, as I've said, I want to move for blue 3 like this, and I'm not seeing it now. So I'm not certain this is the top. There is another candidate. If this turns out to be a 5-wave structure, as is plausible, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. If wave 5 is equal to 38.2% of this, would come in around 2758. Now, what's interesting about that number is you can also count purple B as being here, AB, and this being your ABC. And if that's true, A and C would be equal together at around the same price. I think that's 27.59. And what really is interesting is if this counts right, and that's B, you take wave A, take the 61.8%, and that focuses in about the same price. So someplace around, I guess, 27.58, 21.61, somewhere in there, you got fib resistance, and that might be where this whole thing ends. Just a speculation at this point, but it's a reasonable speculation. So, the only way I think this can be the end of blue 2 would be if we gap down sharply, undercutting these lows. Not impossible, but I think it's low odds. I am looking for a good likelihood, but no certainty of a gap down. Prompt move over this high, resistance around 27.37, pattern with an early low, tends to rally into the close. It might be a weak variant of the pattern, which typically leads to lower prices, but I can't say that at this time. We have a guess that's somewhere less than the percentage, maybe 1 percentage point away. We could top out, but at this point it's just a guess. Tomorrow, early low, late high. We don't gap down sharply, higher prices, resistance at 27.37. That's the call.